Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First thing, I just want to say sorry about yesterday's video, which actually will have gotten posted this morning. So there'll be two videos today. But yesterday I was uploading the video and my phone got bumped and it went to the YouTube homepage. I went to the YouTube studio just to see if it actually uploaded or if I needed to redo it, and it said it was processing. So I just left it alone. I ended up falling asleep, and this morning it still said processing. So usually you can leave the page when the video is in the processing mode, but for whatever reason it was not working. So I just re-uploaded it and that one finally went through. So it'll have been posted this morning. Sorry about that. That was actually for yesterday. So today's video I'm very excited about. I'm going to be reviewing two new palettes and a new liquid liner that I got from ColourPop. So the palettes that I got are the Morphe palettes, the Artistry palettes, and that is the 35H Hotspot and the 35M Boss Mood. And there is an eyelash stuck to me. Oops. So these palettes are absolutely gorgeous. Yesterday I actually went to Ulta looking for a palette recommended by Jan from Seattle. Hi Jan. It was the Lime Crime Venus XL2 palette, and they didn't have the XL2 in stock. They just had the regular version, the Venus XL. They said that we could order it online, but I like to get things right away. So we are going to order that one next week, when hopefully I'll be reviewing my Ipsy glam bag around that time. And then when it does finally arrive a couple days after, then we'll have another palette to review. So we're going to get that one. It's just going to be a couple weeks before we do. Today though, these two palettes I got sort of in thinking about Jan's recommendation. So one of these palettes, I think it is this one, Boss Mood, it might be the other one, has these sort of grungy green colors. Kind of reminds me a bit of the colors from my Nomad palette. Let me just pull that out for you guys real quick so you can see. So the Nomad palette, I like to keep things in their box. This is the Nomad Underground, Berlin Underground palette. And this is what it looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. Has these sort of like punky, grungy colors. So that was sort of, I think, the intention that Jan was referring to with this Lime Crime palette. So I got this one. This is the Boss Mood palette, and it has very similar colors, these greens and copper tones, and they're just such pretty colors. Just kind of move it around so you can see maybe the flecks. There are a lot of purple flecks in these and pink flecks. They're just absurdly pretty, and I can't wait to swatch them and actually try them out for you guys. So with these palettes, they come in this sort of metal hard case, and this makes me a little bit nervous just because I feel like if I drop this at all, it would destroy the whole palette. And it's odd because I don't feel so much that way about this palette, which is in the cardboard. I think because it feels more like the packaging would absorb any fall if there was one. That said, I am actually gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I'm actually gonna keep the box and the bubble wrap because I don't want these to get damaged. So nice ASMR sounds. Now for the second palette, this one is called Hotspot. This is also a Morphe Artistry palette. This is the 35H. And these both have their little plastic covers that tell you all of the names of the shades. But this one is like a beachy palette, and it is so pretty. This color I'm super excited for. This super bright color here, like coral. And let's see what that one is called. That one is called Heat Up. So yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with these palettes. So the first thing I'm gonna do is swatch both of these for you. That will take a minute, so I will be right back. Okay guys, so here is the palette up close. So you can see all of the colors. And now I'm gonna show you the swatches. This one is Cool Off. And I'll bring it a little bit in close there. The second one is Ripple Effect. It has this sort of like gold shimmery undertone to it. The next one is Alone Time. That's this tan one. The next three in line are Siesta, this light color. The goldish color is Stilettos. And then that peachy color, that is called Babe's Night Out. That sort of like green spot in between Babe's Night Out and the green color, that's leftover eyeliner from yesterday that I couldn't get off my arm. So moving down to the next row of three colors, that's this peach one, this sort of like goldish green, and then the teal color. That is South Beach, Sleigh Day, and Pool Floaty. The next three colors, the teal, the tan, and the sort of sandy peachy color, that is Ocean Drive, Shady Behavior, and Strobe Light. So Strobe Light goes from like a yellowish peach to like a pink. It's got a really nice duochrome effect. The next three shades are Flaunt, Coral Divin', and Poppy. And Poppy is the gold one. The next ones are Reflection, Singled Out, and Caffeine Buzz. Those are the two blue and the coffee colored one. Then we have these next three. Firestarter. Heat Up is the one I was excited about, that bright coral neon-y color. And the one after that is called Spotted. Then the next three colors in line are Sandals, Beachfront, and Real Deal. Real Deal is a very pretty, like bluish, dark, I don't even really know how to describe it. It's very pretty. Next three colors are Outfit Change, Alter Ego, and Mummy. And then the next three are Off the Grind, Yacht Spot, Wave Maker. And Yacht Spot is this one with a really pretty like bluish flecks in it. The next three down are Chillax. That's the black with the silver sparkles. Rally Time, Silent Disco. Silent Disco has a really pretty shimmer to it. And then the next two are Party On and Awe Night Long. And those are the swatches for you. Now those were the swatches in this first palette. And this is, again, 35H Hotspot from Morphe. All right, so here's our next palette. This is the Boss Mood palette. And I will let you see all these shades up close. So they have these really pretty flecks of purple. You can see kind of in this black shade here. And they're just beautiful colors. Even these greens have some purple flecks in them. It's a really nice palette. And here are the swatches. So here are the swatches for you. Starting again at the top, we're looking at Light of the Party. So that is this light shade that's iridescent. And then we have Pop Star, which is this goldish color. This lime green color is called Stroke of Luck. The next one is called Express Yourself. The one after that is called Nude Tude. Then we have Green with Envy. That's that dark green. Next we have Sheen Stealer, Stand Out, and Bold Moves. I really like Bold Moves. That's a pretty color. The next one is Electric Energy. This greenish color is called Hello Sunshine. Then the brown one is called Play It Cool. The next one we have is a coppery brown. It's called Hot Stuff. Then Peachy Keen and Fired Up. And then the next one I am in love with. It is this orangish gold color, and it is called Bright Eyes. The next one is called Bossy AF. Then the next one is FOTD. Then I accidentally used that one again, so we'll skip that and move on to the brown. It's called Talk Dirty. The next one is called Hot to Trot. The next one is called Sparks Fly. And then we have Confidence, this orange shimmery color. Then Red Carpet. We have over here this maroon color is called Power Slayer. Then this pretty purple color is called Daredevil. Then we have Vampy Vixen. Then we have Sweet Beats, Color Persona, and Transformer, which is this sort of dark plum color. Then over here to this black with some really pretty flecks of purple, blue. That one is called Center of Attention. Then the next one is called Indie Glow Queen. Then we have Grape Expectations, and that one is super pretty. I like that one as well. I think it would pair really nicely with this Bright Eyes. And then we have Candy Crush, Sultry Ways, and Black Magic. And there are all the colors swatched for you. All right, guys, so the next thing that I want to show you is this new ColourPop liner that I got. And it is this one in the shade Ducky. This is just like the others that I have, and it is a pink color. So I'm just gonna do a little doodle on my hand. So there you go. You can see that. That is how the liner looks. And I'm excited about this one because I can do some really cool flowers with this. So, and the green that I have. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do my face, full face, off camera because it takes a little while, and then we'll get into a look of the day using these two palettes. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now my face is ready to go. I am going to take a look at these two new palettes and see what kind of a look I want to do. Now I'm thinking I want to go more for the Boss Mood palette today. Although, I mean, it's a hard decision. This, I keep forgetting the name of it. Hotspot palette is just, it has so many bright colors. I love it. But I think we're gonna go for Hotspot today. And I'm thinking I'm gonna do something with Bright Eyes and Daredevil, which is that orange, really pretty orangey gold color, and the purple. One second. Coffee. So these palettes don't have a base shade for me to put down like I usually do. So I actually pulled out all my palettes. Let me just show you. And put them up here. So this is James Charles. This is a Beauty Creations palette. Here is Jeffree Star. This is Tarte Unleashed. This one is In the Balm of Your Hand, the Balm Cosmetics. There's my Nomad Underground. BH Cosmetics, Take Me Back to Brazil. BH Cosmetics, Aurora Lights. This is Beauty Creations Espresso Yourself. This is the Essence I Got This palette, the Rock Look. These are Revolution palettes. This one's a foil one, this one's a matte. These two are LA Girl palettes. This is my ColourPop Truly Madly Deeply palette. Here's my Huda Beauty palette. My Tetris and Ipsy Block Party palette. Here is the Madison Miller and Ofra palette. This little one is a Huda Beauty palette. Here's a Huda Beauty Golden Sands palette, and there is my Wet n Wild Au Naturel palette. And then here are my two new Morphe palettes. I also have some new palettes coming in from Ipsy, and I'm out of space, which is why I took them all out of the drawer because I couldn't find anything. So yeah, all of that said, I think I'm gonna go for, oh gosh, I know it's like on the bottom, but I think I'm gonna go for Jeffree Star since we're doing the Morphe X Artistry palettes. I'm gonna use the Jeffree Star Artistry palette. So let me just open this up, and we're gonna use Lynn as the base shade. As I usually do, I'm going to use my Morphe M573 brush. If I can find it. Here we go. Eventually I want to get a whole set of Morphe brushes, but for right now, this is the only one that I have. I really like it. It works really well. I was looking at some Jaclyn Hill brushes yesterday, but I just wasn't ready to dive in just yet. And I also have some more Farrah brushes coming, so we'll see how those do. Plus, I really like my Farrah brushes. I just think it would be cute to have a whole set, a really nice, high-quality set. I do have whole sets of brushes from Wish, but they do not compare. I will tell you, there's a huge difference. So, using Lynn, I'm gonna lay down that base shade, and I still don't really have the foggiest idea what I'm gonna do with my shadow. Surprise, surprise, as per usual. I'm just going to wing it. But I definitely know I want to use those two shades for sure. Just how I'm gonna do it is the question. Okay, so there we have the base shade. I'm gonna close this up. Put it right on top. Hope they don't topple down. Okay, so these are super pretty fall colors. I'm really excited to use them. Oh, I just don't know what to do. All right, let's put on our thinking hats. I think I'm gonna start with, I always like to start with just a base sort of, I mean, obviously I did the canvas base, but like a light sort of color to put in the crease to start everything. So I think I'm gonna go into this shade Play It Cool, which is like a brownish tan shade. And this is my number 3 mini tapered blending brush from Farrah. And I'm just going to put that in the crease. Okay, now the next thing I want to do, I'm thinking something black with maybe the purple under here and the orange in the center, or center to inner corner. I have something in my eye, so excuse me 1 second. Her hair is evil. Evil. Oh my gosh, that hurt so much. Whew. Glad that's out. I'm gonna mess up my makeup. Okay. Back to what we were doing. Just add some more in here because I feel like I wiped some of it away. All right, so I'm thinking of doing like a black smoky eye with the purple underneath and some orange. So let's get started. To do that, I'm going to start with a dark brown in the corner. I like to sort of build up to a black instead of just throwing it on there. And this is shade Sparks Fly. So what I'm doing with this is I'm packing it in the outer corner of each of my eyes and then slightly bringing it into the crease towards the inner corner of my eye, but not too much because I don't want to cover up the Play It Cool light brown shade that we put in the crease earlier. So sometimes when I'm doing these darker shades, I get sort of, especially in the corners of my eyes, like what I call the skip effect, where it looks like the shadow has skipped across like a wrinkle in skin or something. So I'm fixing that on my right eye. All right, now I'm going to use one of my Farrah tapered blending brushes and diffusing that corner because I added a little bit too much in the corner there. Okay, so now that we have the brown, or as it's called, Sparks Fly, just blending these in together a little bit more. It sounds like somebody is murdering a dog outside. That sounds horrible. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay, now I'm gonna go into this shade Black Magic, and I'm gonna put it right on the outer corner of my eye and just start blending it in to the Sparks Fly brown shade that I put down. Starting at the outer corner and blending it inwards to the crease. And this Farrah brush works pretty well for this. Of course, it's called a blending brush. So one would think that it would work well for that. The next thing I'm gonna do is take my 205 Fly Wings brush from Farrah, and I am going to go into Daredevil now. That's the purple I want to use. I'm gonna make sure there is no hairs on this brush so that I don't have a heart attack like I just did a few moments ago with that giant hair that was in my eye. Oh my gosh, that was very painful. And I'm gonna go underneath my lower lashes as like a liner. So anybody who is new to my channel hasn't seen any of my older videos. I haven't really mentioned it in a while, but I can't really put anything on my waterline. I see a lot of people when they do makeup looks, they put liners on their waterline. I cannot. My eyes just water really bad and it ruins the makeup, and not only does it wipe away whatever is on my waterline, but whatever makeup is on my waterline then gets in my eyes and causes my eyes to water profusely, and then the rest of my eye makeup is ruined as well. So I just stick to, if I want to put something down on my lower part of my eye, I put it right underneath the lower lashes, and that's it. So I'm going to use a fan brush to wipe away any fallout that might have occurred, although there isn't really much that I can see. And because my eye was bugging me earlier, I think that my right eye now is getting a little dark, so I'm just using this Morphe M573 brush and putting whatever leftover I have from the Lynn shade. Now, something I'm going to attempt to do is take my Stay Matte Fix and Go setting spray. I'm going to spray some of it on a tissue and dab it under this eye to see if I can get this to set, and then dab the remainder of Lynn from the Morphe brush onto that setting powder that I just, or sorry, setting spray that I just dabbed under my eye, and see if that helps it just stay fixed. I always get dark circles under my eyes from makeup, and now that I have a dark shade, this purple underneath my eyes, I have a feeling it's just going to get worse, but we'll do what we can to prevent that. I'm actually going to take some more Lynn, not just use the leftovers, and put it under here and try and get that to stay. Nothing worse than having like super cute makeup and like one eye that looks like you got punched in the face because your makeup's leaking all down there. All right, there we go. I think that'll do for now. Okay, so back to what we were doing with some blending. Now that purple is underneath there. I kind of want to bring some of it up into this black if it'll show. So I'm taking the 205 Fly Wings and just seeing if I can bring it up here. Maybe that isn't the best brush for that, so let me just get a Q-tip because I got some water in my eyes here. Fan brush this away because I got some fallout from doing that. And what would be best? I think I'm going to use my finger for this. I find that my finger helps get a little bit more payout with some colors than a brush, just because you're sort of like just directly applying it on your face. So I'm gonna try that. And that seems to have worked fairly well. So I'm gonna do the same to the other side. And I think that this looks really pretty together. Okay. And I'm gonna take my number 3 mini tapered blending brush and I'm just gonna drag some of this purple shade called Daredevil down into the crease with the rest of the where I brought the black magic down as well. So kind of covering up that black and just using the purple instead. And again, I'm getting this sort of like skipping look to the inner corners where my skin kind of wrinkles a little bit. So I'm just blending that with this brush. I'm wiping it off so I'm not like spraying a bunch of dark. Okay, sorry about that. Phone ring. So I'm just brushing this away. I think I want to use Grape Expectations, which is also a purple shade, just to sort of brighten up this purple a little bit. And just applying it the same way as I did the other one. And I want to put this one more in the corner. I think that looks better. And then the other purple, Daredevil, can go more towards the inner corner. So Grape Expectations on the outer corner and bringing Daredevil towards the inner corner. Daredevil has more of a blue undertone to it, and Grape Expectations has more of a reddish undertone to it. So I think they're really pretty colors, and I'm very excited about this palette. So let's just brush this away. And I'm gonna go into Bright Eyes, which is this beautiful orange color. And I'm gonna put it on the white spots that are left open. And this is such a pretty color. I just want to like cover my whole eye in it, but I'm not going to. Trying to get it in the corner there, but not up here. Okay. I'm gonna just take this number 3 mini tapered blending brush and bring the shadow that is on the upper part of my lid and bring it all the way into the corner, the inner corner of my eye, so that there's a nice divide between Bright Eyes and Daredevil. And last thing I want to do is actually take Black Magic on my finger and put it on the lower part of my lid, not where Daredevil and Grape Expectations are, but just the lower lid, and so that my lid is basically just Black Magic and Bright Eyes blending together. Okay, and now I'm gonna take Bright Eyes and blend it into Black Magic where they meet, so it doesn't look like just a stark line. And I'm just blending this with my finger. I want to kind of bring Black Magic more into Bright Eyes than Bright Eyes into Black Magic, because I don't want to lose Black Magic by covering it up with Bright Eyes, if that makes any sense. All right, now I'm gonna fan brush any fallout, and I'm gonna take Grape Expectations, no, sorry, Daredevil, and I'm gonna just add a little bit more at the top here because I feel like it got a little bit faded out. Top and inner corner of the eye. This is above the crease. And I'm gonna take a Q-tip with some Daredevil and get it right in the corner. It's hard to get into the corners with my brushes, so sometimes I'll use a Q-tip and just get that really nice contrast there. And then you can also blend with Q-tips. I love using Q-tips. If you guys are familiar with my channel, you know I use them quite a bit. And then I'm gonna take my blending brush and just blend that a little bit. Okay. Now, I don't really like when there's like this big sort of, just looks like a circle of makeup. I like for the shades to blend into the brow bone. So I'm gonna take Light of the Party, which is this pretty shimmery shade. I'm gonna put it on the brow bone. And then I'm gonna take my 35E tapered blending brush from Farrah and go on the very tippy tops of where I have Daredevil and Grape Expectations. And I'm gonna try to blend them without losing the color into that shade on the brow bone. There's quite a bit of fallout involved with doing this. So if you guys notice a difference, I've only done my right eye and just, I don't know if you guys see it or how you guys feel about it, but if you look at the difference between how this eye looks versus this eye, this looks a lot more finished and clean, whereas this looks not so much. So that's why I like blending them. I just feel like it looks a lot nicer when you do that. It's not this sort of like spooky looking kind of makeup. If that makes sense. You guys know what makeup is. And I know that you sort of lose the pigments a little bit when you're doing this. You can always go back and do some more blending, add some more pigments. That's usually what I do. I just sort of go back and forth. So I'm going back into Daredevil, adding some back just at the crease. And then I'm gonna add Grape Expectations to the outside. I'm also gonna use my finger for this just to make it a bit more pigmented. And then I'm gonna blend again. And I'm gonna switch my brush over to this SL Miss Glam angled shadow brush because it's a bit smaller, so it'll blend without erasing the pigment towards the crease. Okay, so now I'm gonna fan brush away any fallout. I'm gonna go back into Bright Eyes and just brighten this up a little bit because it gets a little muddied when there's some fallout going on it and some blending. So there we go. I take some Bright Eyes down into the lower lash line in the very inner corners of my eyes. And I'm gonna go back into Lynn from Jeffree Star, and I'm gonna take a really thin, my 10F concealer brush actually from Farrah, and I'm gonna go into Lynn, and I'm gonna go right at the tops of my eyebrows. Tops, actually it's the bottom of my eyebrows, but at the top of my eyelid. And I'm gonna add Lynn. And then I'm gonna go back into Light of the Party from the Boss Mood palette and dab it on the brow bone and do a little bit more blending. This is a 35EM tapered blending brush. It's a mini one. And just blend that together. I don't want it to be totally dark up at the brow bone, so that's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to create some contrast. So in the same way that I added some of the colors back to the crease, I'm also adding the light shade back to the bottom of my eyebrow, top of my brow bone. And this process sometimes isn't as involved, but sometimes it just takes a while, especially when you're working with a really dark shade and a really light shade, to get them to blend well together, but still be individual colors. So I think that looks pretty good. Now what I'm gonna do is close up Jeffree Star. Go back up there, dude. All right. Just clean up the corners of my eyes with some Q-tips. Make sure that the lower lash line isn't like spreading down into the crease of my under eyes, because that happens. And I'm gonna fan brush this. Now I'm gonna set this first because I'm pretty happy with how this looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this. This is my Rimmel London Stay Matte Fix and Go Setting Spray. And I just fan it away. Okay, and now the next thing I'm gonna do, thinking about doing something a little bit odd. Might seem odd, but I think I'm gonna take some green, so like Stroke of Luck with my pencil brush from Farrah, and put it on the lower lash line, actually, instead of the Bright Eyes and Daredevil. Sort of like a pumpkin-y Halloween look. Just seemed like something that would go well in my head. So I'm doing that now, and we'll see how that looks. And I'm also gonna mix Stroke of Luck with Express Yourself, which is sort of a darker green. It's like a lime green and a darker green. Okay, and then I'm gonna brush away any fallout because I don't want this to be like totally in the lower parts of my eyes. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna just say this palette, I really like the formula. I feel like it blends pretty well. It's a very silky feeling formula on my hands. There is sparkles everywhere, which I ain't mad at. I think the colors are pretty pigmented. So overall, I'm really happy with this palette. I imagine that the other palette is very similar. This is Hotspot. This is Boss Mood. Boss Mood is the one I used today. And I'm certain the formulas are going to be the same. They're from Morphe, so... but I will also try out the Hotspot palette in another video at another time. I'm not going to use the ColourPop liner today just because it doesn't go with this look, so we'll set that aside. But I'm going to use my Obsidian liner. Do I want to use gold at all? Probably not. I'm noticing that the shimmer and sparkle on the purple is not showing up very well, so I'm going to try to re-add that from these two colors real quick using my finger. This is Grape Expectations again that I'm adding to the outer corner. And then we have Daredevil that will go in the inner corner. And I'm just blending the very tippy tops of them. So you still have the shimmer, but they don't look like a solid block. So, okay, I think that looks better actually. And Black Magic sort of disappeared a little bit in all of that. So I'm going to add it back as well. And bring it in towards Bright Eyes. There we go. All right, so I think that looks better. Now I'm glazing this up. And for my liner, I want to do something kind of cool, Halloween-y, so I will figure something out and you guys will see when I'm done. Here goes nothing. Okay, so that is the liner all done. I was gonna put a little spider on this side, but I didn't really like how it looked. So there's like a little dot here where I erased it and I put some more shadow over it, but for some reason it's just not really filling in properly, and that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it alone. It doesn't have to be perfect. So I put little spiders on this side because it was kind of like Halloween-y. Now I'm gonna do my mascara, and I'm gonna use my Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefit. And then I'm gonna do my flirty lashes from Kiss, and I'll be right back after all that is done. Okay guys, so this is with my lashes and liner all done. And now for my lips. I think something I want to do is use this black lipstick. This is Bitsy lipstick. This is from Sally's, and top is a little smooshed. But I have an idea, and I'm hoping it'll work. black lipstick is really hard to use, in my opinion. And to have it like actually look good. So I'm thinking if I take this and if I take Center of Attention from the Boss Mood palette and put, that didn't really show up very well. Let me try using Daredevil on this. That sort of makes the black like a purple that matches. I don't know. I don't really like the black. So I think what I'm gonna do is use this gloss holographic topper from LA Girl. And still use Daredevil. To make like a dark purple. I don't know, it still kind of looks black. I don't really like doing like really dark lipstick or super attention drawing lipstick with a really detailed eye makeup look. I usually either like to highlight my eyes or my lips, but not typically both. But I thought it was worth a try. Not really a fan. So I'm gonna do my regular Juicy or L'Oreal Color Juice and Cherry on top. And the Ofra and Madison Miller gloss on top of that. Okay, so that's it for today's look of the day. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I hope that you always remember, no matter who you are or where you are loved and you are enough. Bye.